Use the graph of the functions u of x equals 6x plus 3 and v of x equals 3x plus 1 squared minus 4 to graph and write the equation as a combined function w of x equals v of x minus u of x. Okay, so let's first just look at our graph and see what points we have in our graph. So looking at u of x, our linear equation, then let's just point out the points we have. So we have -1, -3, we have 0, 3, and I'm just pointing out the integers, and then looks like 1, 9. And then on v of x, then we have -1, 0, 0, -3, and it's hard to tell where one hits here, but it looks like it goes off the graph. So let's go ahead and put these in a table. So we saw at -1, v of x, we had 0, and then u of x, we had -3. For when x equals 0, then for, let's see, for u of x, I saw that one first, we have 3, and then for v of x, we have -3. And then at 1, for v of x, we didn't have 1, so let's actually plug that into the equation. So if we plug that in, 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4, squared is 16, minus 4 is 12. And then for u of x, we had 9. So we have a few points here. Let's find w of x. And so it's v of x minus u of x. Notice that I put v of x first in the table, and that way it's easy to subtract. So 0 minus -3, that's just plus 3. So that's positive 3. -3 minus 3 is -6, and 12 minus 9 is 3. So now we can graph our new points. We'll do this in purple. And so at -1, positive 3, we have a point. 0, -6, and then 1, 3. Okay, so now let's just connect our points here. We have a very narrow parabola. Almost looks like a V, but it's not. It's a very narrow U. So that is our graph, W of X. And so I have the graph again here on the next page, just so you can see it nice and neat. And let's go ahead and find our equation. So we know W of X, and then we can just substitute in V of X and U of X and solve this algebraically. So V of X is 3x plus 1 squared minus 4, and then minus, make sure it's in parentheses, 6x plus 3, since we're subtracting the whole thing. And so going left to right, we can expand 3x plus 1 squared by writing 3x plus 1 times 3x plus 1 minus 4, and then we can go ahead and distribute the negatives, so minus 6x and minus 3. So now multiplying these two factors out, we have 3x times 3x, which is 9x squared. 3x times 1 is 3x. 1 times 3x is 3x. And 1 times 1 is 1. Minus 4 minus 6x minus 3. So now that we've multiplied everything out that we can, and we've gotten rid of our parentheses and everything, then we can go ahead and combine like terms. So we only have one x squared value, so or one x squared term, so we can write 9x squared, and then we have plus 3x, and minus 6x. So 3 plus 3 is 6, minus 6, well, that's just 0. So those add to 0. And then we have positive 1 minus 4, that's -3, minus 3 is -6. So our final answer will be w of x equals 9x squared minus 6, and then we have our graph.